Latest visuals coming in, we can see that the last rites taking place of Assamese singer Zubeen Garg, and this comes after he passed away due to a scuba diving mishap in Singapore. Meanwhile, the authorities conducted post-mortem and now the last rites will be taking place. And along with that, CM Himanta, Biswa, Sarma and Union Minister Kiren Rijiju are also present at the cremation site with people. People have gathered in huge numbers to pay tribute to the collective treasure that is Zubeen Garg. We have seen that several fans over there are also singing his song Mayabini at the cremation site as they bid farewell to Zubeen Garg. He obviously has a huge legacy that he's leaving behind, and it will be carried on by the people over there. And they have been paying unprecedented amount of this tribute and homage that people over there have gathered. Voluntarily, they have showed up. This is a huge gathering that we have seen in the latest time, that for someone, a singer like Zubeen Garg, we have seen that Assam has come to a standstill. And obviously, there are several people who are shocked, and you can see in your visuals over there, there's Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma is also present, paying last farewell. They are bidding their farewell for the last time. And this is his last journey, and obviously it's he has left a kind of impact when we're talking about his musical journey. Now joining me on the telecast is my colleague Nibir Deka. Nibir, what exactly is the status over there? We've seen that the final farewell has started. How are the fans and the people over there reacting?
Well, it's unprecedented, like we talked about few minutes back. There is an outpouring of love and affection that people have for their beloved singer Zubeen Garg. Thousands of people, bikes and cars are all on the streets of Guwahati. Lakhs and lakhs of people are blocking the roads. We have been on the ground. We have been traveling across the city to get you voices from the ground, and what we have seen is unprecedented. Ria, the kind of love and outpouring of affection that people have for Zubeen Garg. We all know that he was popular in the state as well as in different parts of the country. He's also very popular among Bengali music industry. But the death of the singer has triggered such strong emotions, and what we have witnessed on ground is unprecedented outpouring love, affection, and an emotional connection that you don't see in today's world, wherein people have stopped what they are doing. They have not gone to their work today. All they have done is taken out their bike, their car, their bicycle, and if not, just walked to the cremation site and paying their last respects to Zubeen Garg. They have been singing Maya Bin and all his popular songs, not as a song, but as an anthem. And what today has happened in Assam tells you the picture and power of art. When we talk about art, we always see it as an extracurricular but art is an extension of society. And what Zubeen Garg's art has led to, it has created a massive force that has binded the different communities and religious differences into a unified force of love, affection, and prayers. And we have seen today old, elderly people, young people, Gen Zs, millennials, boomers, all these distinctions, age group distinctions, coming together for one common purpose, that is to get a last glimpse of the mortal remains and to also visit the cremation of the singer. So it is a very emotional moment for the people of Assam, and the kind of affection that we have seen today will go down in history books as unprecedented. Back to you.
Nibir, when you're rightly talking about it, Zubeen wore the pride of being from Northeast on his sleeve, and he represented the soul of Assamese culture and celebrated it on every stage he took. So in terms of the people that have gathered there, not just Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma and Union Minister Kiren Rijiju, who all are in attendance over there when we're talking about other dignitaries?
Yes, Kiren Rijiju, Union Minister, is there. Assam Chief Minister is there. His entire family is there. Music fraternity people are also there. Different singers from the music industry, film industry. His very close friend, who is also the Union Minister of State for External Affairs, Pavitra Margarita, is there. So all of these people are there. The VVIPs are there. But apart from the VVIPs, what the general public is there. This is not a state function. This is not a political rally. This is a general mass uprising. This is a general mass rally, and the common people are the VVIPs today, because the common people, which always Zubeen Garg prioritized, he never considered the VVIPs or the politicians, or he always prioritized the common people, and they are there for him today at his last hour, and that is what makes this very emotional. But that is what makes this unique and vibrant, and at the same time sad. So what we are witnessing on the streets of Guwahati is a mixture of all those feelings. Back to you.
And when we're talking about his last rites as well, has the gun salute been given so far right now at the crematorium ground in Kamarkuchi, NC village?
Yes, absolutely. A lot of people are there, like thousands of people are there in the Kamarkuchi ground. They, in the last rites, are being performed in the traditional Hindu rituals, and a lot of people are there to witness the last rites being performed there. But the story is not about the cremation. The story is about how people from different walks of the society, different parts of Assam, are all gathered there, just waiting for the rituals to be completed at the cremation ground. And they're all waiting there. They are not moving an inch, because for them, what has happened today is a very big loss, even like the loss of a family member. And as a result of that, they're waiting all there in quiet silence, just observing and just waiting for the rituals to be completed.
Yes, Nibir, as you have rightly stated, this is something that is unprecedented. It's not just about the Assam Chief Minister or the dignitaries, it's the sea of people, the fans in Northeast especially, who have gathered over there in large numbers. This is something that we have for a really, in the recent memory, as far as I can remember, this is not something any of us have seen. And it's something that has shocked and caught a lot of people by surprise, even on the internet, where they've seen these visuals of this large crowd gathering to pay their last tribute and homage to Zubeen Garg. And Nibir, especially talking about his musical journey and the impact he had in Assam and the legacy he has left behind. Take us through the details in terms of this. You know, we've seen obviously his song Yali was very popular, but in terms of, especially when we're talking about Assam and Northeast, what exactly the impact, his legacy, what kind of, you know, his discography was in terms of his musical journey?
Well, he started his career as, you know, recording albums such as Onamika and other albums, Pakhi, and all these albums were a big hit. And following the success locally, he had gone to Mumbai to try at the Bollywood music industry. In Bollywood music industry, initially he used to sing the BG, background music, and he had also, you know, given like small chorus vocals in movies such as Tate and other such Bollywood movies. But his breakthrough came with the movie Gangster, where he sang the popular hit song Ya Ali, and after that he got a lot of success in Bollywood. But he never liked the culture in Mumbai. He always wanted to come back to Assam, because he is a singer who has sung more than 36,000 songs, and to sing 36,000 songs is not an easy task. He had sung songs in all the languages, major languages in the state of Assam, as well as in different parts of the Northeast. He has sung in Kokborok language, which is the tribal language, indigenous language of Tripura. He's also sung in Arunachal, in different languages of Arunachal. So what he did was he started singing music in the local languages of different castes and communities, and also he was very popular in the Bengali music industry, and he had also given a lot of hits there. So his appeal in the Eastern India had increased immensely after he came back from Bollywood, because at a time when the singers were shifting towards Bollywood, towards Mumbai to make their base there, Zubeen came back and he restarted from the grassroots in Assam and in different parts of Bengal, and which is the reason you see that the kind of popularity that he has in East India, the maximum popularity he has in Assam, but even in different parts of the Northeast, people have paid their tribute. So that led to his widespread popularity in different parts of East India, and the kind of outpouring of love and affection that you see is because of the very nature of the people of the Northeast. They are very warm, they are very emotional, and they are very homely. So when someone comes someone creates a connection to them on a very personal level, they can do anything for that person. They consider that person to be their family, and that is the appeal that Zubeen has. And also Zubeen appreciated that. That's why he never left his own people. He always wanted to work here, and he also not just sang songs, he also revived the film industry. I still remember an interaction with him when I had gone to watch a popular Hollywood movie, and he was talking to some of his friends that we need to recreate these kind of cinematic filmmaking opportunities in Assam. And he also made a an action movie, which was one of the first action movies in the state. So all these inspirations that he had drawn from Hollywood and other Western movies, also he tried to implement it. So he's a perfect example of, doing it local, but also having an international mind. So he was truly a musician or a person who transcended boundaries. And you cannot club Zubeen Garg as an Assamese. You cannot club Zubeen Garg as from Assam. You have to club him as a human being who touched millions of lives in different parts of the world.
All right, neighbors, stay on with us. Those are the live visuals that are emerging when we're talking about the last journey and the final rites of Zubeen Garg. Let's take a look at that.
Arjunavacha Senayoruvayormadhe Ratham Stapayameshchuta Yavadetanireksheham Yuddhakamanavastitan Karmaya sahayodvivya Masmin ranamasamudyate Yotsamananaveksheham Yahatyasra samagataha Dhartarashtrasya dorabuddhe Yodhe priyachakirtyava Sanjaya Evamukto risikeso Gunakesena bharata Senayoruvayormadhe Sthanayetvarathottama Bhismadrodata Sarvesam cha manikshitam Uvacha.
All right, those are the visuals that are coming, and you can see the wife of Zubeen Garg over there. And this is obviously a state of mourning, and especially when we're talking about my colleague Nibirdeka especially talked about it. It's just not, let's not club him just to Assam or Northeast. It's something, he was a human being that connected to a lot of us, and as someone who has grown up watching to his music, obviously this is something unprecedented that we are seeing. There are several people in hundreds and thousands who have gathered there voluntarily. They have shut their shops, they have closed down their businesses, and they have shown up to say their final goodbye and bid farewell to the collective treasure that he is. And he has a career that spanned not just in Bollywood, it also is something that he was an icon and a cult in himself in Assam, and even he touched upon in West Bengal as well. And you can see in those visuals the number of people over there, they speak for themselves. The kind of legacy he's leaving behind. He defined a generation with the voice he had. Obviously, there are several people who have come out and shared what kind of experience they had. And not just that, he was also known for his love for animals and was often seen feeding strays on the streets. He was also associated with People for Animals Welfare Organization, and in 2018 he received an award from People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals for speaking out against animal sacrifices at the Kamakhya temple in Guwahati. So he's someone who has been very vocal as well. And obviously in those visuals, and so far, as we can see, for a couple of days that we have been tracking this, we've seen large number of people that have gathered to show up and say their final goodbye to Zubeen Garg. Now, viewers, meanwhile, my colleague Nibir Dekha has spoken to locals and Zubeen's fans. Let's in fact listen in.
आपका नाम भैया?
रिजुराज।
कहाँ से है?
असम से ही, हाजो से।
हाजो से आए हैं। तो आप जुबिंदा को देखने आज हाजो से आए हैं, केवल जुबिंदा को देखने के लिए?
और देखने के लिए।
आपके लिए जुबिंदा कितना इम्पोर्टेंट है?
बहुत, मेरा माँ बाप का तरह है।
समान है?
समान है, एक समान।
आपको आज जुबिंदा को देखने का मौका मिला, जो उनको जो रखा गया है कॉफिन में, आपको देखने को मिला?
मिला देखने को मिला।
जब आपने पहला आज जुबिंदा को देखा, आपके मन में क्या था तब?
ऐसा लगा मेरे को दिल में, जो रियल में जो शकुन था, अभी ये शकुन नहीं है, लेकिन दिल बिगड़ गया। ऐसा हुआ मेरा।
जब आपको जुबिंदा का मृत्यु का खबर मिला, तब आपको कैसा लगा था 2 दिन पहले?
बहुत ज़्यादा बुरा लगा था, बहुत ज़्यादा।
क्या मन में चल रहा है अभी?
बहुत
शेयर करिए।
बहुत खराब लग रहा है, लेकिन क्या पता आपको, कोई समझ नहीं आ रहा है। ऐसा हुआ है।
क्या आपको लगता है और जुबिन बन सकता है?
नहीं, कोई भी नहीं बन सकता है।
2-3 गाना बता दीजिए जो आपको अच्छा लगता है।
मायाबिनी रातेर बुकु देखा पारो तुम्हारे सोबी धरा दिया गोपने आई यार कुनो।
सर, आपका नाम?
विपुल दास।
आप कितने बड़े फैन हो जुबिन गार्ग के?
जुबिन गार्ग का फैन बहुत बड़ा है।
कब से सुना है? फर्स्ट कब सुना है?
हम लोग तो उसका माने जन्म माने उसका छोटा से हम सुना है उसका गाना।
सबसे फेवरेट गाना क्या है आपका जुबिन गार्ग का?
वो तो सब लोग बोले रह गया, मायाबिनी।
कब आपको पता चला कि जुबिन गार्ग का मृत्यु हो चुका है?
वो तो हम लोग को नहीं बोल सकता है।
कब आपको खबर मिला? कल
खबर मिला, कल मिला था।
कैसा लगा जब आपको खबर मिला?
वो तो हार्ट, हम लोग का तो बहुत हार्ट थ्रॉब ऑफ जुबिन।
मतलब दर्द हो गया
दिल तो मैंने दुखेगा ही ना।
आपको कब पता चला खबर? कल मिला?
कल मिला हमको।
कैसा लगा जब आपको पता चला?
हमको हार्ट में लग गया, बहुत अच्छा था। हाँ, हम लोग के लिए भगवान है, वो स्वर्ग में रहेगा। हाँ, हम लोग को देखेगा। हाँ, यही हमको बोलने के लिए।
नमस्कार, आपका नाम?
दीपज्योति कलिता।
जुबिन गार्ग का जब खबर आया कि जुबिन गार्ग का मृत्यु हो चुका है, आपको कैसा लगा तब?
आपको मतलब मेरे को तो बात छोड़िए, लेकिन पूरा आसाम का वो आइडल था। वो आइडल ऐसा आइडल नहीं था कि सब गान ही गाता है, ऐसा नहीं था। वो एक साहित्यिक था। पूरा आसाम स्तब्ध हो गया। उसके बाद इंडिया में प्राइम मिनिस्टर एंड सीएम में भी वो सहायता किया, ट्वीट किया सोशल मीडिया में। लेकिन पूरा आसाम में एक आइडल था, वो आइडल दूसरा नहीं आएगा। वो हमारा दिल पे है, वो हमारा अमर होगा। लेकिन जुबिन गार्ग जैसा मृत्यु हुआ था, ये हमको सहज भाषा में नहीं ले सकता है। भारत के पानी में ऐसा नहीं हो सकता है। ये तो कुछ तदंत करना।
आपको लगता है कि इंक्वायरी होना चाहिए?
इंक्वायरी होना चाहिए, और इंक्वायरी होना बहुत ज़रूरी है। लेकिन उसके बाद भी एक रहस्य रह गया। क्या उसका जो एक्स भास्कर महंता जी है, वो उसका डीजीपी था, एक्स डीजीपी। उसके बाद भी वो रंगीली बनाता है, वो यूथ फेस्टिवल
इस तरीके से यूज़ किया गया,
तरीके से उसको यूज़ कर रहा है। और जुबिन गार्ग को यूज़ किया, उस तो ठीक है, लेकिन हमारा आवेग को, हमारा जलन को, हमको सेंटिमेंट को उस लोग ने यूज़ किया, ये हम कभी नहीं खर्च कर सकता है। लेकिन हम बोलता है कि जुबिन गार्ग जब तक असम में नहीं बसेगा, हम लोग
सीएम से क्या रिक्वेस्ट करेंगे इंक्वायरी के बारे में?
सीएम से रिक्वेस्ट करने से कुछ फायदा तो अभी नहीं होगा।
हमारे जो सीएम है डॉक्टर हिमंता शर्मा जी, उनने अभी मतलब टीम बनाए वो इंक्वायरी के लिए। अब तक हम लोग जो डीजीपी है उनको भी बोला है इंक्वायरी करने के लिए। सीएम
की इंक्वायरी हो जुबिन
होना, हाँ बिल्कुल।
लेकिन प्रॉपर इंक्वायरी होना चाहिए। उसने में राजनीति नहीं चाहिए, उसको लिए हमको चाहिए कुछ संस्कृति नहीं चाहिए। वो जुबिन गार्ग एक आइडल था। जुबिन गार्ग हमारा लिए किंग था, असम का किंग था।
यूथ में बहुत पॉपुलर थे।
यूं भी नहीं है, वो बुढ़ा या हो, जो भी हो, वो यंग था। यंग के लिए भी नहीं है, वो अच्छा आदमी था। अच्छा आदमी ही हमारे लिए सब कुछ है।
अच्छा सुनिए, और हमें एक बात बोल रहा है, उसका सीजर बीमार था, सीजर बीमार को डॉक्टर ने बोलता रहता है कि ये रेस्ट होना चाहिए, तो इसको क्यों ले गया? ये बड़ा क्वेश्चन है। जब सीजर बीमार है ना, उसको ले जाना नहीं चाहिए। ये लोग व्यापार के लिए ले जा रहा है। ये लोग जो व्यापारी है, दलाल है, वो जुबिन के ऊपर में जो रिसर्च किया है ना,
वो एक बाइट दिया था, क्या बाइट दिया था? मैं फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर के फाइनेंस के साथ में
क्यों लेके रहा है? ये लोग के लिए
लिए
सीजर बीमारी रेस्ट करना चाहिए। कब सीजर उठेगा, कब सीजर होगा, कोई पता नहीं। उसके
मेडिकल अटेंशन नहीं है।
वो तो टेंशन ही नहीं है।
अगर एक वो तो आप पता ही है सबको, सीजर पेशेंट है वो। एक सीजर पेशेंट हो या जो भी हो, नॉर्मल आदमी जब स्कूबा डाइविंग करता है या फिर जो पैराग्लाइडिंग जो भी होता है, बस स्विमिंग करता है इन एब्रोड, तब उन लोग का चेक होता है, हेल्थ चेकअप करता है, उनका प्रेशर चेक किया जाता है, सब चेक किया जाता है। वो सब हुआ कि नहीं, वो लोग हम लोग चाहिए ना, तो टेस्ट वगैरह किया गया।
जनता चाहता है कि कोई प्रॉपर इंक्वायरी हो, प्रॉपर इन्वेस्टिगेशन।
जुबिंदा अमर रहिए। दीपज्योति रॉय।
कहाँ से आप?
हम लालमाटी से।
आज जुबिंदा को आप देखने आए हैं,
हाँ, नहीं मिला
तो कैसा लग रहा है अभी? मतलब
एकदम मन खराब है अभी, एकदम मन खराब है, बहुत दुख लगा है। अभी घर में जा रहा है, इतना आदमी है, घुसने नहीं दे पुलिस, क्या करेगा आप बोलिए?
बहुत लोग आए ना।
बहुत बोले।
और जब आप जुबिंदा का डेथ के बारे में सुना था आपने कि उनका मौत हो गया है, कैसा लगा था आपको?
एकदम, हम खाना भी छोड़ दिया, हम खाना खा रहा था, छोड़ दिया इसलिए।
अभी क्या कैसे उनको याद करना आप मतलब पसंद करोगे? कैसे उनको याद करोगे आप?
या तो दिल में, अभी क्या करेगा, एकदम दिल में लगा है।
आप आपका फेवरेट गाना बताइए उनका।
मायावी
नहीं
लगा रहे।
मायावी नहीं। और आप अपने नया जनरेशन को क्या बोलोगे जुबिंदा के बारे में?
नया जैसे नहीं आएगा, ऐसा
नहीं आएगा। एक ही जुबिंदा है?
एक ही जुबिंदा, असम में एक ही है, दूसरा नहीं आएगा।
All right, viewers, that was Nibir Deka who was speaking to the locals over there. But you can see in those live visuals, when we're talking about Zubeen Garg, the year was 2006, and Anurag Basu's Gangster, starring Imran Hashmi, Kangana Ranaut and Shiny Ahuja, entered theatres with modest expectations. But what outlived the film was not its plot or performances, it was its music. And one track in particular, Ya Ali, struck a chord with an entire generation. Its melody travelled from college canteens to neighbourhood cassette stalls, from night buses to late night hostel jam sessions. And behind that song was a voice that would become for many inseparable from their coming of age, Zubeen Garg. And nearly 2 decades later, the singer's sudden death has paralysed his home state of Assam. In Guwahati, normal life froze, shops closed, services stopped.
यद्गत्वा न विवर्तन्ते तद्मा परमं वराम मामेवासौ लोके जीवभूता सनातनः मनसष्टानि निर्याणि प्रकृतिस्थानि कर्षति शरीरं यदमाप्नोति यस्याप्यग्रामीश्वरः देहि वेष्टानि संयाति आयुर्गन्धानि वासयात् श्रोत्रं चक्षुस्पर्शनं च रसनं घ्राणमेव च।
All right, so we continue to track developments from the ground. Obviously, this is something unprecedented, as Nibir and I have spoken about the number of people that have gathered. It's in the memory that I have not seen something for really a long time, for this level of outpouring of on an unprecedented level, people gathering to pay their final tribute. And we also know that during these last rites, several fans of his are singing Mayabani, and this is something that it was a song that he really wanted. He said that he wanted this to play when he died in one of his concerts, and this is something that they decided that this is something that they will dedicate to him. So they are singing Mayabani as his last rites are being performed right now. His family is over there, and several people, especially his fans and the people of Assam and people from several parts nearby in Northeast as well have gathered around for him to say goodbye to him. And when we're talking about his legacy as well, he has a career that spanned more than 3 decades. He sang over 38,000 songs in 40 languages and dialects. And for many, he was not just a singer, but an embodiment of Assam's cultural pride and carrying the state's voice to national and international platforms. And one of his wish was also that his song Mayabini Rati should be turned into an anthem, as the entire state grieved the loss of its collective treasure. And he is leaving behind a legacy. The fact that it's a massive career when we're talking about his musical legacy, that 38,000 songs is no less of a legacy. And we all remember, obviously, in terms of the entire nation, that when he sang the song Ya Ali, it was something that played everywhere almost. But it's not just songs like that. He left a very particular impact in Northeast as well. So obviously those are the visuals that are coming in.
Baba Hongpo Dhoni, Baba Hongpo Kang Bojao.
All right. Now joining me on the telecast, back on the telecast, is my colleague Nibir Deka. Nibir, obviously we've talked about this on length, that Zubeen Garg is not just, he's not something that just can be clubbed with Assam. He's somebody that the entire nation is in mourning when we are remembering his legacy. And the fact that we've seen on an unprecedented scale that the number of people that have gathered over there. There are several people who have shut down their shops, their businesses voluntarily to come there. And this is something that the entire Assam and the neighboring states have voluntarily decided that they are going to show up. Do you think that not just his, obviously he's no more with us, but his legacy stays on?
Music he has made, but what today has happened is not just about legacy, it's about devotion that people have for Zubeen Garg beyond his music. They have not come here to witness the death last rites of a musician. They have come here to attend a family's funeral. That is what the mood has been. And what the people I spoke to, they have all come to attend the funeral of one of their own family members. So that has been what the sentiment that people have reflected upon the death of Zubeen Garg, and also the fact that his connection to the people, both socially as well as culturally, has been there since the last 2-3 decades. This is the reason what you see today is happening on ground, where thousands of people from different economic spectrums, from different caste, creed and religion have all joined in to offer their homage.
All right. All right, neighbors, stay on with us. We're also getting with us Debashish Kashyap, journalist from Assam, joining us on the telecast. Debashish, thank you so much for joining us on the telecast. And now, as me and my colleague were talking about it, this is something unprecedented that we have seen. The level of crowd and the number of people that have gathered in an outpour of grief and the tribute that they are paying to it's not just his identity as a singer, but as they consider him a family. So they're showing up to him not just for his musical legacy, but for the person he was. In terms of your, how you have grown up around his music, what exactly was your reaction when you came to know that he's no more?
At the age of 5, 6, I came to know about Zubeen Garg, and we have seen him, the legacy, the contribution towards music He has almost sang 40,000 plus songs, and the love of the people for him, for his voice.
And Devashish, when we're talking about his legacy as well, we have seen that several people, when they were that the last rites is happening right now, several people and the fans over there have been singing Maya Bini. So what kind of impact did that have on the people in Northeast? All right, I think we're facing some connection issues. Devashish, am I audible to you? All right, I think we're facing some connection issues, but obviously this comes at a time where the nation, and especially Northeast, is in a state of mourning. There are several people over there that have gathered there to not just show up for his musical legacy, but as well as the person he was. Now, joining me on the telecast is another guest who's a very special guest who has joined, is Kaushik Kashyap, singer and actor. Kaushik Kashyap, when we're talking about his musical legacy, it's just 38,000 songs. That's a lot. But how did you react when you came to know that Zubeen is no more?
Am I audible first?
Yeah, you are audible. Yeah, you go
on. Initially, when I heard this, it was I thought that probably it's some fake news or something like that, because initially the reaction was like that. So I tried to call up a few people who are close to him, and they also had no idea about it. So later on, I saw it on a few channels. Still, I was not able to believe it, for an hour or so. But then it came to few news channels had probably they had just given us a kind of a story, and but still nobody was clear about it. But gradually, in 1 or 2 hours, it was clear that is no more with us. And still, at this time when is cremated, at this moment he's been cremated. It's not it's unbelievable for us, and it's still, there's a hope that probably, we don't know, probably I know that it's not something which is very logical. That doesn't sound logical, but yeah, it's unacceptable. It's still unacceptable that we've lost him. Yeah.
Kaushik, obviously, this is something that a lot of people are still coming into terms with. This is something so shocking that people are still having a hard time to accept that something like this happened. And in terms of when you were talking about his discography and his musical journey, what exactly is your special something that you remember about him, this quality about him, or something about his music that really struck to you?
See, in all of our the generation that has grown up listening to his music, everyone can tell you this, that he had written songs in every genre, every emotion, because 38,000 songs, it's not a matter of joke. And he was just 52 years of age. He's just 50 when he left us. So that's a different thing. But what could connect? What I think Zubeen Garg is not only his songs. It's not that he was just a singer. It was much more than that. He was actually an emotion for the people of Assam, because he was a bridge. It was a bridge between the older generation of singers and the new generation. He was a rebel. He had not bent down before any kind of people, and he was very, very blunt. He used to speak his whatever he used to feel on the stage in front of thousands of people. The best part of him was he had a clean heart. He had a heart of a child, which is very rare to find. He had never given importance to material achievements. His only intention was to take Assam, to take the Assamese music, to take the Northeast, to a stage, to a national stage, to an international stage. That was his dream. And he has not only his contributions are not only in the field of music, but if you see the Assamese cinema is revived only because of Zubeen Garg. Because if he had not made Mission China, nobody would have thought of making making such movies because if you see movies before Mission China, the Assamese movies especially, people never used to put on that much of money. Means the budgets were really low, but that was an attempt and it was a huge hit. So he had a vision. He was a visionary. He actually thought for the people of Assam, and he was a people of mass. He had no celebrity attitude or something like that. He used to just sit with a rickshaw puller, with a normal person. He used to eat with them. He used to go to normal places and eat. No attitude as such. And when I remember the first time I met him, I was nobody. I was in Bombay. His first film was it's not his first film. One of his films was being edited. And he had spoken for 4-5 hours continuously with me. And I was nobody. I didn't feel like I was talking to a celebrity. He was just like a normal person. He had a heart of a child. That is the reason I think, everybody has connected to him so much, and people are so crazy.
Kaushik, stay on with us. We have live visuals that are coming on our screens. Let's take a look at that.
দুহাত মেলি সাগর তলিতে কই গোল মন যায় বলি কই কই গুছিয়ে এই গোল বর ঘরর খুতা তুজে আজ হাউলে গোল।
All right, now joining me on the telecast is Geetika, Assam BJP leader. Before that, I would like to thank Kaushik for joining us on the telecast. Thank you so much for joining us on the telecast and obviously sharing your experience when it comes to Zubeen Garg. Thank you so much. Now, Geetika, thank you so much for joining us on the telecast. In your experience, when we're talking about Zubeen Garg, not just him as a singer, he had a huge impact of him being a person, a human. That's how the people have shown up in this unprecedented level that we're seeing that people have gathered. That's just not his legacy as a musician, but also the kind of impact he had as a person as well. So what exactly was your reaction when you heard this news that he is no more?
एक्चुअली उनका जब न्यूज़ सुना है, मेरा मम्मी ने मुझे न्यूज़ दिए थे, मैं एक्चुअली कोई मीटिंग में थी, तो यहाँ पे बीटर का भी इलेक्शन हो रहे हैं, तो ये सुनने के बाद हम लोग घर वापस आ गया। मतलब हम लोग का जो मम्मी है, हम लोग है, पूरे असम के लोग खाना पीना छोड़ दिया, 4 नाइट्स हो गया, हम लोग अच्छे से सोया भी नहीं है, क्योंकि वो सिर्फ सिंगर ही नहीं थे, वो असम के लिए, असमी हमारे जो असमिया लोग है, उनका जो संस्कृति है, उसका जो कल्चर है, उसके लिए वो इतना कुछ देकर गया है, इतना कुछ, मतलब उनका जो करियर में वो सिर्फ हमारे लोगों के लिए वो चिंता किया। और सबसे बड़ी बात है जो हम लोग देखते हैं ना, कॉमन पीपल जो बोलते हैं, जो उनके लिए रुका रहते हैं, हाँ ये रास्ते से आज जुबिंदा जाएंगे, आज ये रास्ते से जुबिंदा जाएंगे। मेरे एक्सपीरियंस थे उसके साथ एक इवेंट में, तो उनको हमने इवेंट के दौरान उसको, तब 2005 में है, गुवाहाटी से थोड़ा दूर में है, स्वालकोसी बोल के, वहाँ एक इवेंट हो रही है और इवेंट मैनेजमेंट मैं कर रही थी उस समय। तो हमने सोचा उसमें ज्यादा से ज्यादा जो पैनल होगा 30,000 के आसपास होगा, लेकिन जुबिंदा बोला थे 30,000 नहीं 3 लाख आएंगे। हम एकदम सोच में पड़ गई, 3 लाख बहुत ज्यादा होते हैं, तो नहीं 3 लाख ही आएंगे। सही में उस दिन मुझे लग गया कि हाँ 3 लाख ही आया, 3 लाख से कम नहीं आया। पूरे गांव से गांव, दूर से दूर लोग, मतलब कोई ऑटो से आ रहे, कोई अपना गाड़ी से आ रहे, कोई बस से आ रहे, ऐसे करके आते थे उसका मतलब सॉन्ग सुनने के लिए, क्योंकि वो गाने के साथ साथ जो बातें करते रहते थे ना, वो एक अलग माहौल खड़ा कर देते थे। उनका लोगों से मिलना, वो जैसे हम लोग से मिलने से ना सिर्फ हमारे बारे में नहीं पूछते थे कभी, हम कैसे हैं, हमारा ये कैसे है, कभी मतलब थक मत जाओ, हमारे लिए कुछ करना है, असम के लोगों के लिए कुछ करना है। इसका जो एक ये अनुभूति थे ना, वो बहुत ज्यादा थे, जो लोगों के लिए मतलब वो बहुत कुछ करके गई है। मेरे पास अभी भाषा नहीं है, मेरे आंख से पानी निकल रहे हैं, मैं क्या बोलूं आपको। जुबिन गार्ग के बारे में बोल के, दो सब बोल के खत्म नहीं होने वाले हैं। थैंक यू
जी, शुक्रिया गीतिका हमारे साथ जुड़ने के लिए। Obviously, those are the sentiments that are being shared by people who have come across and seen someone like Zubeen Garg, not just him as a singer, but also him as a person and the kind of life he has led. Now, meanwhile, Bollywood singer Sonu Nigam has also spoken about Zubeen Garg. Let's in fact listen in.
हाल ही में जुबिन गर्ग के निधन से पूरा म्यूजिक शोक लहर में है। उनकी कुछ यादें, कुछ यादगार।
अभी तक मुझे विश्वास नहीं हो रहा कि वो चले गए इस दुनिया से, क्योंकि जाता तो हर कोई है, लेकिन ऐसे अकस्मात चला जाए, इतनी कम उम्र में चले जाए तो बहुत दुख होता है। के चले गए, ये भी चले गए, बहुत दुख की बात है। मुझे पता नहीं, अभी तक नहीं पता कि वो कैसे गए। लेट्स होप हमें जल्दी मालूम पड़े। उनकी आत्मा के लिए मैं शांति की प्रार्थना करता हूँ।
All right, that was Sonu Nigam talking about Zubeen Garg. We've spoken to several people over there who also talked about his legacy and the kind of person he was. Not just, and all of those people had something that they talked about which had a certain common ground. The fact that, let's just not talk about him as a musician, because the number of people that have showed up is not just about him being a singer or a musician, but it also highlights the fact that kind of impact he had as a person and the things that he did for the people, especially in Assam or Northeast, and the bridge that he created where he reflected upon and he wore, when we're talking about Assamese culture and the culture heritage and also the music that he shared, he wore this Northeast pride on his sleeve, and that he carried out throughout the nation. He became this coming of age singer, Zubeen Garg, which several people like us who grew up watching and listening to his songs. Now joining me on the telecast is Deepen Som, local from Assam. He's a fan of Zubeen Garg. Deepen, thank you so much for joining us on the telecast. Now you've seen something that obviously has shocked a lot of people, that Zubeen Garg is no more. What was your initial reaction that you came to know, especially since you are someone who grew up around his music?
Look, we have grown up listening to him since our childhood, you know. So the moment we heard that he's no more, it was a very, 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 I would say the most saddened day I've ever faced in my life. And no one was expecting that he's no more with us. Like everybody from my generation has grown up watching Zubeen. He is an idol. In every festive season, we used to go to his concerts and cherished his music all our life. So we still can't believe that he's no more with us. It's a very sad thing that happened. And yeah, which still like it's unbelievable.
And you know, when we're talking about his musical journey, what is something that struck a chord with you that you became a fan of his? That not just him as a singer, but as him as a person.
Every song of his, it's an emotion. Zubinda is not a person; he's an emotion to our state. He is a person who's connected to everybody in somehow, for some reason. And like, look, I won't be able to. I think I'm not being able to explain what I'm feeling right now about him. But then, yeah, like he's something that it's unbearable. The loss we have, like the way we lost him.
And Deepan, one last question to you as well. We've seen that not just on social media, everywhere, the visuals that I can see on my screens as well. This is an unprecedented level of gathering that we have seen. The level of love that people from Assam and even the entirety of the nation are showing up to say final goodbye to him. On this level, what kind of impact did he leave on the people of Assam? Your last words on that.
Mars has given to this answer all by themselves, because this is the fourth largest gathering in all over world. I think the first was for Michael Jackson, and then for the Queen, and then there is this another person, like I hardly know, but then Zubinda is the fourth person. I think everybody knows how important he was as a person for Assamese people, and that's the love he has gained for himself with his music, the way he is as a person, like very down to earth. Like that is something he has earned for himself. Like nobody has to push the other person to, go to the cremation or something. Like everybody went there by themselves. Even I'm from Assam, but then I'm not from Guwahati. I stay 2-3 hours far from Guwahati. Even I went to his cremation just to get a glimpse of him for the last time. Yes.
All right, Deepan, thank you so much for joining us on the telecast. Obviously, as he has stated, that's the impact that he left behind for several of the people that have grown up listening to his music. Now, joining me on the telecast is Priyakshi Kaushik. She's an Assamese student and singer. Priyakshi, thank you so much for joining us on the telecast. Now, after you saw, and obviously you saw the news and several people posted about the fact that Zubeen Garg is no more, what was your initial reaction, especially as someone who's from Assam? What kind of reaction was on the ground as well?
I don't think anybody believed the news at the first sight. I mean, because it's not like it happened here, it happened abroad, and we didn't realize this could happen so soon because he was very young. Like, he had a lot of work to do. I've seen interviews where he was even recording 4 to 7 songs just before he went to Singapore. So there are a lot of contributions from his side that are still left, and hopefully Garima Garg will continue. And so I don't think we still could realize what happened. I mean, the emptiness will stay for a very long time.
And Priyakshi, when we're talking about his musical journey, what was something that you could share with us, when you went down his discography of his musical legacy? What was something that you can share with our viewers in terms of your experience of him as a singer?
Right. So I think for me it all started on my 5th birthday. I mean, I still clearly remember we were in a different house, and me and my cousins and some other random kids, we were jumping on this new music album called Mukha that he released, and there was a song called Mukha Mukha. And it was very unique compared to what other Assamese songs we listened to. So that that was very attractive to us, and it kind of got imprinted in our mind, and it all started there, and my mother is also a professional. I mean, she's a teacher, but then along with that, she's a professional singer, radio artist, and Gwalpariya singer. So she used to get us exposed to a lot of Zubeen songs because they are of a familiar age as well, and so she's like, he kind of records 35 to 40 songs in one day. He used to record all those during that time, even though it has reduced now. So it's not funny to like have 38,000 plus songs in 30 years. So it was a kind of capital, like cultural capital on my angle because of my mother, that I got exposed to his song much more. And that kind of allowed me to sing as well. Like I used to perform a lot in my colleges. Like I was in Hindu College, Delhi University, and also Delhi School of Economics. So far away from home, we few of our Assamese and other Northeast students used to organize events, or even not a Northeast event, random other events. When I used to sing, I always used to include an Assamese song. It's not like I know the crowd will kind of enjoy. They might not even understand, but I used to love singing Zubeen songs. So there used to be one song which I used to include. So he was kind of in the everyday life. It's not like we talk about him daily or something, but then he was just part of us. It's not like my Assamese, non-Assamese friends will know him because I talk about him a lot there, but then it used to exist. It used to just be a part of life while walking to the university or coming back from the university during a sad day, during a party that we used to have with all Assamese people. So it was just an internalized habitus that we used to go through. Yeah.
All right, Priyakshay, thank you so much for joining us on the telecast. Obviously, viewers, art can change people, society, and a nation. And Zubeen Garg, he became a melodious expression of unspoken, inarticulate feelings of millions of people. And those visuals of the number of people that have gathered there speak for themselves, that they're not just showing up for the musical journey that he had, the legacy that he had, but also of him as a person. Now, meanwhile, my colleague Nibir Deka has filed a ground report and has spoken to several people. Let's in fact listen in.
Presently, we are at the Jurabad area. There is the last funeral procession going on for their beloved singer Zubeen Garg. You can see on my left here, lakhs and lakhs of people on the streets of Guwahati. They are going to the crematorium where Zubeen Garg's final remains will be cremated today, and you can see the entire road, the entire national highway is blocked. कितना लोग गया यहाँ से?
कम से 5-10 हज़ार
जा रहे कंटिन्यूअसली, सुबह से जा रहे क्या?
चल ये जाम है पूरा
जाम है।
पूरा जाम मिलेगा।
जुबीन गार्ग का जो ये जो आपने गाड़ी देखा है, जुबीन गार्ग गाड़ी
हाँ देखा है।
कैसा लग रहा है जब इतना लोग आ रहे हैं?
आ रहे हैं, अच्छा लगा, खराब नहीं लगा, आइए लगा। बहुत आदमी दिया अभी 5-10 हज़ार दिया।
So you can see here lot of thousands and lakhs of people are growing here from this road, and all are, you know, emotional about Zubeen Garg. You can see here the kind of love and outpouring of love that Zubeen Garg has got in the last few days kind of shows you the intensity of how the singer is loved and how people are emotionally connected here. You can see the entire flyover is blocked. This is the situation in entire Assam today as the funeral procession of Zubeen Garg is going. भैया, हम लोग नेशनल न्यूज से आए हैं जुबीन गार्ग को कवर करने के लिए। तो जुबीन गार्ग का हिंदी में बोलिए, पूरा दिल्ली लोग देख रहा है। हम लोग नेशनल से आए हैं। हाँ, हम लोग नेशनल चैनल से आए हैं, तो थोड़ा बताइए। तो जुबीन गार्ग का जो लास्ट गया कैसा लग रहा है आपके मन में?
कैसा लग रहा है? जुबीन गार्ग जो है ना असम में, बहुत माने क्या बोलूं, ऐसा आदमी तो जिंदगी में नहीं मिलेगा, जिंदगी में नहीं मिला। जैसा आदमी हुआ ना, हम लोग का असम का गौरव था, असम का माने बहुत महान व्यक्ति था। उसको ऐसा जाना देखने से हम लोग को दुख लगता है। आज का 4 दिन से हम लोग सोया नहीं। रात को 12-1 बजे खाली मोबाइल देखता है। क्या करेगा हम लोग, क्या सोचेगा, क्या होगा अगला असम? हम लोग का असम में एक कंठ था जो हम लोग इमेजिन कर नहीं सकता, जो ऐसा महल होगा। आज वर्ल्ड रिकॉर्ड से ऑल रिकॉर्ड होगा। इतना आदमी हुआ, देखिए असम का कितना प्रेमी है।
अभी भी इतना आदमी है, रास्ता ब्लॉक है।
रास्ता पूरा ब्लॉक है। अभी जो
क्यों इतना लोग आए हैं? क्यों, क्या मन में क्यों?
मन में है एक असम में एक व्यक्ति था जो असम पूरा इंडिया में ऐसा व्यक्ति नहीं मिलेगा जो ऐसा शिल्पी है। जो शिल्पी है ना, आपको देख सकता है आप, कितना कितना आदमी लाख 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 आदमी हम लोग 3-4 दिन से सोया नहीं, खाया नहीं, कुछ नहीं किया, किंतु हम लोग ऐसा आदमी तो और जिंदगी 50 साल का मिलने नहीं मिलेगा, किंतु हम लोग क्या करेगा आज, क्या करेगा आदमी, कितना रोता है, कितना कितना क्या क्या हो गया मालूम नहीं, आदमी को क्या करेगा अभी। क्या
खबर मिला कि जुबिंदा का देहांत हो गया था,
हम
कैसा
लोग
लगा?
विश्वास नहीं होता है, जुबिंदा अभी तक है हम लोग का माने अंदर में, हम लोग बुक में अंदर में से जुबिन ऐसा चला जाएगा हम लोग सपनों में सोचता नहीं था, कभी सोचा नहीं था।
आप देख सकते हैं कि देखो सब जगह जुबीन गार्ग का फोटो लगाया है,
किंतु हम लोग जुबिन इतना प्रेम करता ना, इतना हम लोग को माने आज क्या होगा, मेरा दुर्गा पूजा तो ऐसा ही चला जाएगा, कोई दुर्गा पूजा ही नहीं चाहेगा इस साल हम लोग को खाली जुबिन चाहिए। जुबिन आज तक नहीं है, हम लोग को हृदय कान रहा है, कम मालूम है आपको, ये जैसा आदमी है ना, एक एक घर में सोया नहीं असम का आदमी, इतना पॉपुलर था, इतना माने आदमी होना, इतना जो कहीं नहीं पाएगा, जितना गरीब आदमी को इतना दान किया, वो खुद के लिए कुछ नहीं रखा।
एक जुबिन का गान आप अगर जब याद करना चाहते तो क्या कहोगे?
मन माने ना मन माने ना और की कोमर।
अब बंगाली में भी बहुत पॉपुलर थे जुबिन गार्ग।
हाँ,
बंगाली गाना बहुत गाया था, असमीज गाना भी गाया था, हिंदी गाना भी सब गाया था, तो इसीलिए क्या लोग ज्यादा पसंद करते हैं उनको?
पसंद माने आपने बॉलीवुड छोड़ दिया था, वो असम के लिए, असम के आदमी को इतना प्यार करता है, वो बॉलीवुड छोड़ दिया, इसलिए हम लोग का असम में रहेगा। असम का आदमी बहुत माने इसको इतना चाहता था, और दिल एक आदमी को देखो और रो रहा है, कितना आदमी रो रहा है, और कोई माने इमेजिन नहीं कर सकता है कितना आदमी रो रहा है। अभी क्या करेगा हम लोग, आज का बात तो सुनसान हो जाएगा, पूरा असम सुनसान हो जाएगा, कोई नहीं इमेजिन कर सकता इतना जल्दी जुबिन 50 यार इतना जल्दी चला जाएगा, कोई नहीं इमेजिन कर सकता।
अब देख सकते हैं लोगों के मन में बहुत दुख है, हम और बात करेंगे लोगों से। अब यू कैन सी हियर a lot of people are on the ground, they are all attending the funeral procession rally of Zubeen Garg. Thousands of people are on the streets, they're all sad, they're all singing about Zubeen Garg taking his name, very emotionally connected. These are unprecedented scenes. One of the biggest funeral rally processions ever in the history of the world is happening in Assam today. The entire Assam is burned, all the shopping complexes are burned. You can see we are standing on top of the national highway, and this is entire shopping complexes are burned. People are just waiting to get a glimpse of Zubeen Garg. भैया थोड़ा बात कर रहे हैं लोगों से, हम लोग नेशनल न्यूज़ से आए हैं। जुबिन गार्ग का जो डेथ हो गया है, इतना लोग जो रास्ते में आ गया है, ऐसा क्यों सिचुएशन है, क्यों लोगों के मन में क्या दुख है, क्या है?
जुबिन ऐसा आदमी था ना, असम के हर घर हर दिल पे वो बसा हुआ था, असम का धड़कन है वो। जुबिन कोई नेता या राजनेता, सांसद, एमएलए नहीं है, वो असम की हर लड़कों, हर बूढ़ों, हर औरत, हर लड़की, हर घर में बसा हुआ एक ऐसा नेता है जो हमारा दिल में बसा हुआ है। वो कोई लोग नहीं, वो एक महान आदमी है, इसलिए लाखों की भीड़ में ये लोग कोई बुलाने वाला आदमी नहीं है, खुद
अपने में आए हैं।
आदमी, मैं गोलाघाट से आया हूँ, 600 किलोमीटर दूर।
गोलाघाट मतलब बहुत दूर से आए हैं, एटलीस्ट 600 किलोमीटर दूर से ही हैज कम। भैया आप इतना दूर से क्यों आए हो, मतलब क्या फील हुआ?
देखने के लिए आया हूँ, क्योंकि हम लोग इमोशनली कनेक्टेड है उनके लिए, इमोशनली कनेक्टेड क्योंकि वो हमारा धड़कन है, हम उनको देखना चाहते हैं आखिरी बार, और ये भी कहना चाहते हैं कि वो हमारे लिए एक भगवान है। जुबिन जैसे भगवान होता है ना किसी के लिए, वो हमारे लिए भगवान है, क्योंकि हम उसके लिए कुछ भी कर सकते हैं। उसके लिए देखिए, ये कोई बुलाया हुआ पैसा देकर लाने वाला आदमी नहीं है, ये लाखों की तादाद में आने वाला,
और गरीब लोग भी आए हैं, अमीर लोग भी आए, सब आए हैं।
उसने बोला है कि मैं अमीरों के साथ ज़्यादा नहीं रहता, वो गरीबों के साथ रहता है, क्योंकि हम लोगों के साथ वो रहना चाहता है, वो गरीब अमीर कोई नहीं रहता। सही मायने में बोलो तो वो सही समान सबको देखता था, वो ये नहीं बोलता था कि तू अमीर है मैं गरीब हूँ इसलिए तो तेरा साथ नहीं रहूँगा, वो सभी के साथ रहता है और सभी की धड़कन में वो बसता है। वो तो बॉलीवुड पहुँच गया, बॉलीवुड से वापस इसलिए आया क्योंकि आसाम के लोगों को देख सके, आसाम के लोगों के लिए एक आवाज़ उठा सके, आसाम का एक आवाज़ बन सके, आसाम का ऐसा आदमी बन सके जो आसाम के लिए एक स्टेटमेंट के लिए पूरा पॉलिटिकल के वो आदमी हिला सकता था, क्योंकि वो उसने किया, इसीलिए इतना लोग देखिए। ये राजनेता के लिए आया हुआ लोग नहीं है, ये कोई राजनेता नहीं है, एमएलए, वो पॉलिटिक्स से दूर से वाकिफ नहीं था। उसने बोला भी मैं पॉलिटिक्स में कभी नहीं जाऊंगा, पॉलिटिक्स कभी नहीं करूंगा, लेकिन कोई ऐसा नहीं है कि पॉलिटिक्स करेगा मैं देखूंगा नहीं, वो भ्रष्टाचार से दूर रहता था, और उसने बोला कि मेरा कोई जाति धर्म या कोई लोग
तो
नहीं।
केवल सिंगर नहीं थे वो, सिंगर से बढ़कर थे वो।
सिंगर बोलना तो हमारे लिए दुख की बात है, वो हमारे लिए भगवान थे सिंगर से।
So you can see here people are really emotional, they feel Zubeen Garg is their god, and you can see here the kind of the kind of sadness that people have, the kind of emotional connection that people have. Thousands of people. भैया इधर आइए, थोड़ा बात कर रहे हैं हमसे लोगों से. आप जो ये देख रहे हैं, हजारों लाखों में जो लोग यहाँ पे आ रहे हैं.
सर मैं पिछले 2 दिन पहले यहाँ गुवाहाटी में आया था और यहाँ का सिचुएशन मुझे देख के लगा कि जुबीन गर्ग ने क्या अपने लाइफ में अचीव किया हुआ है. ये इतना बड़ा फैन फॉलोइंग मैंने लाइफ में पहली बार देखा है और मुझे इस बात की बहुत खुशी हुई है. और मैंने यहाँ पे असम के लोगों से मैंने जुबीन गर्ग के बारे में पूछा भी था कि मतलब कैसे थे वो. उनका कहना था कि बहुत ही डाउन टू अर्थ, मतलब
इतना जो लोग देखते हैं, कैसा लगता है
ये जन सैलाब देख के मुझे इतनी बड़ी, मतलब मैं ये कहना चाहूँगा कि जुबीन गर्ग ने अपने जीवन में जो हासिल किया वो आपके सामने ये सब दिख रहा है सर. मैं ये कहना चाहूँगा कि जुबीन गर्ग का एक बहुत ही प्यारा सा गाना हमारे बॉलीवुड में था, या अली रहम अली, आपने सुना होगा उस चीज़ को. मैं जुबीन दा का बहुत बड़ा फैन बहुत पहले से था.
कब सुना पहला उनका गाना?
मैं उनको बहुत पहले जानता हूँ, मतलब 6-7 सालों से मैं जानता हूँ. मैं कई बार मैं गुवाहाटी में आता जाता रहता हूँ काम से. एक्चुअली मैं प्रोफेशनल भाई ऑडिटर हूँ, तो यहाँ आने के बाद उनके बारे में मुझे पता चलता है कि वो क्या है कैसे. तो उनके कई बार मैं प्रोग्राम में भी गया हुआ हूँ और उनका गाना मैंने मतलब पास से भी देखा हुआ है. तो पर्सनली
मात्र उनको एक सिंगर कहना मतलब गलत होगा, क्योंकि सिंगर से
ही गलत. अगर ये सिर्फ अगर सिंगल होते तो ये आप इतना हुजूम नहीं देख सकते थे. ये इमोशनली अटैच्ड थे. ये असम के लोगों के साथ इमोशनली अटैच थे ये, और बहुत ही बेहद दुखद घटना है ये जुबीन गर्ग के साथ. और हमारे सभी संवेदनशील हमारे जो असामी लोग हैं उनको बहुत ही ज़्यादा प्यार.
एक थोड़ा सा गुनगुना दीजिए जुबीन गर्ग का जो आपका मनपसंद गाना है.
या अली रहम अली,
थोड़ा गुनगुना. मैं पकड़
मुझे पूरा तो नहीं याद है.
थोड़ा या अली गा दो.
या अली गा दे एक बार, ये जुबीन गर्ग के लिए.
मैं पकड़ रहा हूँ, आप लोग गाओ.
या अली मदद अली, या अली मदद अली, गया दाली ओजन अली.
तो एक आखिरी प्रश्न है, इतना जो लोग है, ऐसा कभी आपने देखा है?
नहीं, ये हमारे लाइफ में मैंने बहुत सारा. एक टाइम मैं मुंबई में था, जब मैं श्रीदेवी जी जब उनका एक्सीडेंट हुआ था तो मैं वहीं पे था. वो जब मरी थी तो मैं वहीं पे था. लेकिन ये देख के मुझे ऐसा तो फील नहीं हुआ था भैया. ये तो गजब का ही हुजूम है. पूरा बरसापारा स्टेडियम में जिस दिन गुवाहाटी आया था पूरा ब्लॉक था सर. मैं अपनी आंखों से, मेरे फ़ोन में वो रिकॉर्डिंग भी है. मुझे बहुत, मतलब ये देख के मैं बहुत ज़्यादा एक्साइटेड हूँ. थैंक यू सो मच भैया.
You can see here the people are here coming, giving tributes to Zubeen Garg. You can see how they have given Shraddhanjali. They are giving water. So that is the kind of mood here in Assam, where lakhs and lakhs of people are coming out to pay the last tributes for Zubeen Garg as he is being taken to the crematorium. With video journalist Nishan, this is Nibir Dega reporting for NewsX.
All right, so those were the visuals that were coming in when we're talking about the final last journey of Zubeen Garg. But we'll continue to track more updates regarding this. But for now, that's a wrap for the bulletin. We'll slip into a short break.